They're going to always try and say, it's not possible, don't do it. Don't listen to them.
Yes. Welcome to another CG Icons episode. With
Hello.
yes.
I'm
It's
talking
Jason.
with my hands because you can't see my face.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with your fingers, sir. They're full of it. They don't know what they're
Thank you.
talking. You will.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
It's okay. Side makes fun of my fingers too because they're like long and skinny like a skeleton. So
You know what my fingers are though? Tall.
mine are magic, sir. Look at what they create.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at the creativeness.
Oh, magic fingers, sir.
Yes. Magic fingers.
Magic fingers. What's going on, man? What are you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Finished up a sketch cover and
Nice.
been digging into Facebook Marketplace trying to find furniture and shit for my new apartment.
Is it like cheaper on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like compared to Craigslist and stuff?
I haven't had a whole lot of luck with
Craigslist.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh,
Mrs. America.
Leak was wanting the link, and I'm like, trying to find you, sir, but
I don't know if you want to invite Leak. He's a little bit of a wild card.
It's all right.
I like him though.
I wear earplugs for a living. I'm used to loud stuff.
Hey, that'll be fine. I gotta look up if the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider has what kind of pants he wears. I think he wears jeans, doesn't he?
He wears jeans.
He has regular blue jeans. Yeah. Pretty sure it's just blue jeans and he has the leather jacket and the leather boots.
Devil Flyer.
Thank you, sir. Thought so. I mean,
ho, CG Arenos.
I did look him up, before I started this, but I didn't keep the image up, but I vaguely remember it being blue jeans, but I wasn't 100%.
It looks like it was like his the Johnny Blaze one was his stunt riding outfit.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have blue jeans? Well, he has blue jeans now.
Danny Ketch is the one with the jeans and black leather jacket.
Yeah, but he's got Danny Ketch. Didn't he have spikes?
Yep.
Yeah, he was the one with spikes. So I mean, I have his like that square thing that he has on his jacket. I have that on here. So yeah.
All right, this right here, Jason. This is the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider.
I mean, I can still get away with the jeans the pants that I have on them.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I suppose
it's fine. I mean, she'll like it either way.
That's right.
Not gonna lie, I liked Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider.
Dude, especially the second one, man, he really amped it up, and I liked it. I mean, the plot line to it was terrible, but his psychoticness was just like that's how I would picture somebody acting if they were possessed by a vengeful spirit from hell. So yeah, he did a great job, I think. It's just he had nothing to work with.
Nicolas Cage is always a win.
Yeah, he had no story to work with. But.
And I did like Sam Elliott's.
The casting for the first one was good. Like
Yeah.
they had Peter Fonda, right?
Oh,
As
fuck
the
yeah.
devil. I mean,
May he
come
rest
on,
in
man.
peace.
Yeah, as Mephisto. Come on, dude. Yeah, exactly. So the casting for it was top notch.
But
Yeah.
the only good CG was Ghost Rider himself.
Yeah.
Everything else was dog shit.
It was terrible, dude.
Yeah.
I really liked like especially when he rode on the water, like how the tail end just kicked out and he just like zoomed. I was like, that's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, and he gave the finger to the cops.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, like him riding up and down the side of the building, pretty cool. Like the Ghost Rider scenes were cool.
And the bike was badass.
Dude, the bike was sick, dude.
At first when I heard that they weren't going with the sport bike look, I was like, "Oh, really? It's probably going to look like some cheesy shit from American Chopper or something." Then I saw the bike when they're finally releasing like behind the scenes photos and shit. I was like, "Whoa, dude! Okay, yeah, that's a Ghost Rider bike."
That's a Ghost Rider bike for sure. Yeah. I like and I like the scene with both the Ghost Riders. Like you got the Ghost Rider and a horse. Like
Caretaker.
It was so brief. It was like, okay, I was able to ride with you as a Ghost Rider when the last time I'm out to see ya.
It was still cool though. Like it was a cool visual, but dude, they couldn't do anything with that. They couldn't there's no way they would have Sam Elliott there fighting with him. Like it wouldn't work.
I had when that movie came out, I bought a figure. I got a figure of Caretaker.
Oh, cool.
And I think he came with the lever action shotgun too.
Nice. Yeah, but they royally screwed up Legion. And
Blackheart.
Blackheart, yeah, they screwed him up, dude.
And what's funny is that the video game, which was made to help promote the movie, it has basically the same story, but a whole bunch of different shit happens in it. At the end, when you fight Blackheart, he looks like Blackheart from the fucking comics.
Oh yeah, dude.
Except he has that weird stitched mouth thing going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why they couldn't do that. Maybe it's just too much CG. I don't know.
Maybe. Lionsgate.
Yeah, that's true too.
They're a bunch of cheap asses. But yeah, and it was cool because the game even had a cameo with Blade.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
And all right, so the game was very simple. It was God of War like. You walk into arena, then you have to beat the shit out of a bunch of guys. But then in between, made the little story arcs or the chapters. You're riding the bike and you have to fucking go through, these crazy ass obstacle courses to get to your next objective. But if you beat the game or if you're able to find cheat codes, after you beat the game, you're able to play as Blade.
Oh, that's cool.
But then for the bike scenes, you could either play as Blade, Caretaker, Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider 2099.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Or Vengeance.
Huh.
That's really why didn't they just do that?
It pissed me off because they set it up to where, not necessarily set it up, but they could have had Vengeance in the next movie.
Yeah.
Because that one cop is the guy who becomes Vengeance, the lead detective.
Right. Yeah, well, the movies didn't really it didn't do well enough anyway for them. Like everyone was shocked when they came out with, the second one. So, because it didn't it wasn't well received.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if they had that in mind or later on down the road, but since it didn't do well, I don't know.
And I used to have the original Toy Biz Marvel Legends. And I had both Ghost Riders, Johnny Blaze on his badass flaming chopper, and I had Danny Ketch. And it was cool because they came with slots on the bottom to where you could prop them up on a wall like they're fucking riding up the wall and shit.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
And what was it? Danny Ketch, his with the chain. It was the actual metal chain that they gave him.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's cool.
I mean, they were the Marvel Legends for the time. They were really good figures. I used to have what? All right, so I had first appearance Iron Man. And it was cool because you can remove the dome and it's Tony Stark underneath.
Nice.
That's cool.
But one thing that sucked, and this happened with both figures I had of it, where there's a QC issue where the shoulder was stuck from whenever they put it into the packaging because they do it like fresh out of the mold, basically, or right after a painting.
Yeah.
It would break off at the shoulder.
That's
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I didn't buy any more of those. Actually, and I still have a bunch of them. I have Colossus, original Nick Fury,
Oh, gee.
original suit Spider-Man with the fucking netting under his arms.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I honestly never liked that though. I never understood it. I don't know. Like I don't know if it was meant to help him glide or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Give him some more lift when he's swinging around the city.
Yeah. It looked a little silly to me. I always draw him without him.
Shit, what the hell else did I have? Silver Surfer, and it was cool because they didn't use pegs on him. He had magnetic feet, and his board was metal.
Oh, that's cool.
I had 80s, early 90s armor Iron Man, and you can remove the mask and reveal his face underneath it. Shit, what the hell? I had a bunch of them.
Yeah, I never got into the toy collecting. I mean, I bought some of the Spawn stuff and stuff like that, but I got out of it pretty quick. I was like, this is just too much.
I just got this.
Oh, look at that.
Combat Spawn with blood all over him.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was so happy they brought back Keith David to voice Spawn for that game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the things that McFarlane always said. He goes, if I've done anything right in this world, it was getting Keith David to voice Spawn.
He's done a lot of right. Still waiting on the Spawn movie. I don't know if that's ever happening.
Yeah.
Just keep holding it back.
I mean, I'm not holding my breath or nothing.
I used to have a bunch of the Spawn figure, not like the. Remember when McFarlane toys, when those first came out, they were just like regular plain Jane action figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then later on, they started coming out with the more collector style stuff.
Oh yeah.
I had a bunch of those where it was the more statuesque figures. I had fucking Samurai Spawn and a bunch of the villains from that. And then what the hell? There's this other one where it was 6 or 7 spawns, and they're all like this weird cybernetic thing, and they can combine into one giant one.
Huh.
That's
I
weird.
don't remember that.
It was definitely some weird Todd McFarlane shit. So, but I thought those were pretty cool. And then I started collecting some of the monsters. Like I had the sea creature, I had Dracula.
That's good. I didn't know they had all these.
This was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite figure that I had, I think I still may have it somewhere, was the Redeemer, where the figure is in that pose where his wings are spread and he's holding his sword.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, dude. I remember him. He was cool. I like that character design. It's cool. Anything with wings though is pretty dope. Usually it's just a pain to draw. Yeah. I got this is a commission, and I gotta draw a bunch of other crap. So I'm gonna be outside for comic shop free comic book day. So I gotta get some stuff to sell.
Doing a store free comic book day too.
I like them. They're fun.
Tim's Corner.
They're fun to do.
Yeah.
I do pretty well. I mean, I do okay because it's like one day for a few hours. So
Yeah.
you know, if you make a couple hundred, you know, it's not bad.
Actually, you know what? I still have my old Kenner Superman toys from the 90s.
Jeez, dude, it's crazy.
In fact, I up on my little cubby spot where I keep my keys and shit, I have my old 90s Superboy action figure holding an American flag.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a bunch of those.
Yeah, like I said, I started getting some stuff, and I mean, I was young enough but old enough at the same time. I was young enough to start getting them, but old enough to know like it's just a lot of work to try to chase down like the variants and the mistake ones and all that stuff. So it lasted a little while.
I'm not like one of those collectors that are like, oh, I got to get all the variants and shit. I'm like very picky with what I want to get because I get what I just buy it because it's visually pleasing to me.
Right. Yeah.
Like was it well, except for the NECA Alien and Predator figures, I'm currently trying to collect all of their Kenner style ones because I had the Kenner toys when I was a kid.
I got a couple Alien Predator stuff that I've been buying. They're pretty cool. I usually leave them in the package though, just because I have nowhere to put them. Like if I take them out, I can't put them anywhere, so I just leave them in the packet, in the boxes or whatever. Once I get room, I'll actually take them out of the boxes. But yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to go to that fucking eBay link. All right.
Yes, you do.
Where's that at? Oh, come on. I guess it's that one's all. Oh, they were called Cyberlink. Those spawns that join together into one big giant one.
That's weird.
No, they're like weird biomechanical shit too. Like one of them who ends up being the main torso. You remember the movie Fifth Element, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you remember those biomechanical guys at the very beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one kind of looked like that. It had like the same style head and whatnot, but except on his arms, he had one. It was just like a massive laser cannon, and then the other one was fucking quadruple Gatling gun.
Jeez.
And it was funny because you could actually turn those and hit a switch, and they'd wind up.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. I like
But yeah, what? Once I got it formed into its giant form, I was like, "Yep, never touching it again."
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude.
Well, they fall apart, and the only way it stands is literally with the stand that each figure comes with a piece of the stand.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Voltron and stuff like that, so I kind of know about assembling those things, but yeah, I didn't know they had a spawn one. It's kind of cool.
Let me see. I'm trying to find a link where I can actually get an enlarged photo. Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
That is not nice to say that to Mike.
Mike deserves it.
I mean, I'm just the host and shit.
Is anybody watching? I should pull this up on YouTube so I can see if somebody's watching.
Frog G is Devil Flyer.
Oh, what up, Frog G? How you doing? Noah, what's going on, Noah? What you doing? Why isn't Noah over with Shelby's stream?
Probably because he pissed Shelby off.
Ah, don't do that, Noah. Shelby loves with hate.
He loves with hate.
Yes. Don't do that, Noah. You better be drawing, Noah.
All right, if you want to share.
Maybe he doesn't.
All right,
I
so
remember those. Yeah.
And then, let's see if it loads correctly. Yeah, okay, each individual figure. Okay, that's stupid. It's not showing the giant form.
I don't remember these at all.
And then that's what they look like all joined together.
Jeez. That's crazy.
It was cool, but I was like, man, this is stupid too.
Yeah.
It's a bit overkill.
But then again, that was McFarlane's style.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I used to collect a lot of the Spawn stuff, and then what? Then when I started getting some money is when I started, start earning money is when I started getting the good shit.
Yeah. Nowadays I collect statues mainly, like the Batman black and white statues. Is mainly what I have other ones, but those are my main ones.
Like, what is it? In my bedroom, I have, like I said, a bunch of Predator stuff, aliens, a shitload of aliens, like all these from NECA. I got some Terminators, RoboCop.
Nice.
But it's my brother got it for me. It's from the RoboCop versus Terminator game, so the paint looks like it's all pixelated and everything on it.
That's pretty weird. Yeah.
And the Terminators I have the T-800 endoskeleton. Then I have from the first Terminator film, the Tech Noir, where he goes in with a 45 long slide, tries to kill Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
And then I have the police station shooting version. Where he goes in with a leather jacket and goes all fucking nuts. And it's cool because the sculpts on them are really good. It literally looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that's part of the appeal to me. It's like how movie accurate they are. Now, on top of that, the police shooting one comes with switchable heads. Where it has 3 separate heads. Plain Jane with the sunglasses, then one where he was working on his eye.
Yeah.
And his eyebrows are like burned off. And then there's the one with just his eyebrows burned off. And that one also came with like an extra arm where it has like all the surgical tools and you can see inside his arm and shit.
That's cool.
If they ever make a Dread figure, I'm definitely buying that. What else? I recently got Super Shredder, and I got Hamato Yoshi, and before the Shredder became the Shredder, I got that 2-pack, and even comes with a cage with a little mini Splinter rat inside doing like a karate move.
That's cool.
From the very first movie. And then I have a bunch of expensive ass Godzilla figures. Bunch of Dragon Ball stuff that I've collected over the years. And my Gundam model kits. Oh yeah, I also have this one really badass RoboCop figure. It's actually made by a company, I think, that is owned by Bandai. But, fully posable. The leg actually opens up and you can holster his weapon inside of it. And it's like movie accurate opening up.
Oh,
so
cool.
It has all the shifting panels and stuff. A bunch of parts on it are die-cast metal. He comes with the massive rifle. And he has 2 versions of his Auto 9 pistol. He has, the normal one, which you pose with him, but there's a shortened one just so that way they can make the physics work to where you can fit it inside the leg holster.
Gotcha.
And then he also comes with interchangeable chest plate for the battle damage chest plate and helmet.
Yeah, Plago should be on here because he can talk to you about the toys. He definitely he toys it up, man. I forgot. I was almost have to tell Mike. I was almost have to tell you I had to go because I promised Lola I'd be on a stream if she did one, but she's moving it to tomorrow. So,
Well, that's good because then I would be mad at you.
well, you can't be mad at me for keeping my promise. So,
Well, yeah, I can because tonight's art night, man.
yeah, but Lola asked me at noon, but she's not streaming tonight.
She can have next week because I won't be doing it.
She can have next week.
Oh wait, I did get two of the newer McFarlane Toys figures. I got the Doom Slayer from the new Doom from Doom Eternal and the Marauder from Doom Eternal. Yeah, I thought I haven't bought any McFarlane's newest figures.
Yeah, I bought like I said, I bought the Alien Queen. Hold on, look at it. Let me put the lid on this so I don't accidentally knock it over and spill ink everywhere. I can find the lid. Where's the lid? There it is. I found it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's okay.
Got that. Gunslinger Spawn with the Gatling gun.
Oh, that was another figure I used to have. Was this back in the day was Gunslinger Spawn. But what sucked is that his pistols were stuck in his holster back then.
Oh, yeah?
But being a fucking nutbag that I am, I did fucking pry them out and place them in his hands.
Well, I'm looking for the She Spawn because it comes with a shit ton of guns.
Is that the version where half of her face is shown?
No, it's the new one from issue 300.
I don't want to stitch my thing out.
Let me look that up. Issue 300.
This is the last toy that I bought. This thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, it's the
It's the Island Queen.
the Lion Queen. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, is that? Let me look at the company name. No, that's just the warning label. I think that is. It's Hiya Toys. I've been after that figure.
I have it. I have the A-Line Queen.
What's funny is that a friend of mine, she said, Hiya Toys, they basically make the NECA stuff in a miniaturized version.
Right.
So she sent me, and apparently this was only available at one convention, and it's like some PX exclusive, something like that, and it's RoboCop 2, but he has the graffiti shit on him from that little kid.
Oh yeah.
But I never opened it up because that's a it's an exclusive figure. So
right.
And I have a couple other figures like that too. Mike, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
37. Or 47.
All right, so
no, I'm 47. I'm sorry.
what the fuck?
It's at a certain point you do lose count.
Yeah. All right. So back in the early 90s, remember when they came out with Terminator toys?
Yep.
So I think this is where NECA got its start with doing the Kenner style figures. They have one of the endoskeleton, and that was only available at certain conventions, and it has the old Kenner style packaging to it, like all the old artwork and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
From back in the day, and that one's unopened. And then I have a Kenner style Ripley from Aliens, where it's done up like the old early 90s action figure and has like the old style packaging. And that one was a Target, I think a Target exclusive. No. That one was a Toys R Us exclusive. So and yeah, when it comes to like the aliens and predators, every time they came out with their Kenner style ones, they'd always be in the old style artwork and box.
As they
That's
should.
cool.
Even their NECA emblem would be in the Kenner style font. But yeah, I've been collecting those. And there's like a bunch of crazy ones that those Kenner figures had. Like I recently just got the Rhino alien. What was the snake alien?
Double Flare has a NECA King Kong.
Nice. I have a figure from Bandai, SH Monster Arts, of Kong from 2019. Or 2021? 2020?
2020.
I don't know. From Godzilla vs. Kong.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a great figure. It has the posability to switch out the head from calm to his roaring face. It even comes with that badass battle axe. But the problem is that it is literally just brown and black with the fur and his skin tone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure he had some gray hair in the fucking movie. And I double checked and he did. So I went ahead and dry brushed his beard with some silver. So now it looks like he has a gray beard.
Nice.
Now, out of all the fucking Godzilla figures I have, don't get me started on that.
I never got into like what is it? What are they called? Kaijus. I never got into kaijus.
You can blame my dad for that. When I was a kid, I shit you not, the very first Godzilla movie I ever watched was King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
And he bought it on VHS one day, and I watched the living shit out. That's when my dad was stationed in Turkey, so it was a rarity that we got an actual real copy of a movie. So I watched the living shit out of it, and ever since then, I was a huge Godzilla fan. So,
I mean, it's cool. I get it, but I know a lot of people that really like it. I can't. I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple Kong movies and a couple Godzilla ones, but I've never gone back and seen the Mothra and the Roar and all this stuff. And like, yeah, I get it, but I don't. It's just not my thing.
mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I grew up and I watched a lot of Spectre Man and Ultraman, and Godzilla was always on TBS. And
Yep.
I don't know, like I got super excited when the first Pacific Rim movie came out. Some like fucking giant monsters and giant robots. Oh, you're fucking speaking to me, Guillermo del Toro.
Which that movie was awesome.
Yeah, and then they fucked it up with a sequel.
Oh god, that sequel was god awful.
Yeah,
well, that's because Guillermo del Toro wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't feel real. Why? Because the machines were moving like real people.
Yep. They didn't have weight to them. They didn't. Guillermo del Toro is very meticulous with stuff, and they even show it in the behind the scenes where he's like, one of the kaiju was getting on a dock, and the way he crunched a car, he's like, he just kind of pancaked it. He's like, no, it needs to have like a pause before it crunches to show that it was like exerting force. And it's like, that's the kind of stuff that he thinks about, to make his movies fucking awesome. And
I have like one or two Funko Pops. That's just because I really like the characters. Well, I have a fucking Funko Pop of an arachnid from Starship Troopers.
oh god.
And I also have Funko Pop of fucking Radcheck. I was like, I have to have that one. But That's one thing I never really got into is the Funko Pop. So it's like, I don't know. I think Funko Pops to me feel like Beanie Babies.
Yeah. I got like the Netflix Daredevil ones, and then I got a couple of Deathstroke ones, and that's it.
Well, I have two others. I have who is it? What the hell's that character's name? Caulifla from Dragon Ball Super.
I have no idea. I don't watch Dragon Ball.
And then another one is actually of, I believe, and this one I never opened just because it was some type of loot box exclusive. It's like a 50 style Superman. See, if it's an exclusive, I'm not going to fucking open it up. But if it's just general fucking release, I'm opening that up and posing the shit out of it.
I got a few Funkos. I mean, I'm not as anti Funko as everyone else. Like if I see one, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of funny and cool. I might get it, but I don't go all crazy. I don't have an insane amount. And like people will sometimes buy me one for Christmas or something. Say like, oh, he's a nerd. He'll like this. My nephew got me a Deadpool Bob Ross one. I think it's pretty funny. Yeah,
that's a good one to have.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't mind them. Some people are so anti Funko that like they vomit a little bit when you mention them. But
I feel bad. So I ended up watching a video because on what was it? Basically, Target employees, and where they're in Reddit pages where they're talking about like their frustrations and shit, and a good chunk of them were Funko Pops, but that's because they had fucking crazy fucking collectors coming in and scalpers.
Yeah, it can get out of hand. It can get pretty crazy. I used to work at Michael's, and like we would have them. We would have quite a few, and I would browse through them a little bit, see if there's any cool ones. But I didn't like scour or hide or like like, oh, look what I got now. I just was like, oh, that one's kind of cool, I guess. I'll get like I got a Funko blank Star Wars. I mean, it's the like Force Awakens, but a Stormtrooper helmet. So it's like all white, and you could paint on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. That's kind of dope. I mean, I know it's Force Awakens, but I didn't care. It still looked cool.
I'm not going to lie. I originally did like Kylo Ren's design.
Oh, yeah,
dude,
his introduction was awesome.
His introduction was amazing.
Fucking stops a laser blast in mid-flight.
If they kept him that cool, oh, dude, that would have been like the saving grace almost of the whole thing.
I also loved his crossguard lightsaber and his fighting style.
Yep.
And people were like, oh, he's going to cut himself and blah, 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 blah. And then it was funny because there's a guy who's actually an expert in sword combat.
Yep.
So what he did was take his sword, he dipped with huge fucking crossguards on it, dipped them in paint and did everything that Kylo Ren did, and not one fucking bit of paint ended up on him.
Because like the hilt conjoins like a little, the middle piece which branches out. It's not like the entire crossbar is all just lightsaber. There are parts of it that are solid metal that generate out the lightsaber part. So he's not touching anything. Like it's
just people wanting to bitch.
Yeah.
Like
those movies sucked, but there are some cool things about them.
Yeah.
There's some really good things about them. I mean, but it all gets outweighed with the politics and fucking Rey.
Yeah.
Well, basically when they shat on Luke Skywalker, I was out.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care if Rise of Skywalker is the greatest thing since sliced bread. You guys fucked over the most hopeful character in that universe and made him a fucking grumpy old man. And I'm just like, nope.
Go ahead, King.
Just all the bullshit force powers that they're pulling out their ass, like being able to teleport shit through the force. I was like, okay, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Starting to make stuff up like that is just a little bit ridiculous.
That
never existed.
That's fucking. That's fucking retarded.
Yeah,
Well-
it never exists. It doesn't make sense. Like,
And they missed out on a great opportunity to have, when I saw it, I thought that Finn was going to be the Jedi.
dude,
Yeah,
everyone
that's
thought
what it was
that.
advertised as.
And
Yeah.
that would have been so cool to have a former First Order member
Yeah, dude.
be the good guy that, what a character arc, but nobody had character arcs. Everybody was just good at everything right away. Nobody learned anything.
Except for Finn. He kept on being a fucking coward in each and every fucking movie.
Well, he didn't learn. He just kept being that.
Didn't he like ride on a horse on a spaceship or something to save the universe? I can't remember. I can't
no,
remember.
but-
No, he like disappeared in the third movie almost.
In each and every movie, he would have his moment where he was looked through some out, and then he fucking has to go through a self-redeeming arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have made Finn really cool. They could have made, dude, would could have, should have so much with that movie. Those movies, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Frank,
Fucking Phasma. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Phasma would have been so dope, dude. Just the
That-
name
that's-
alone is cool.
that's one that pissed me off even more because when I saw pictures of her, I was like, "That's fucking badass! I want to fucking see this shit." And then what they did is, I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Now, one thing I was really hoping that they would do, they didn't do it. I knew they weren't going to do it, but there's like that little bit of hope in Rise of Skywalker, where if you all of a sudden saw a, because earlier in the movie you could tell she's struggling with the dark side
Yeah.
and whatnot. Personally, I thought it would have been fucking great if they ended up turning the tables where Ben ends up returning to the light side and she goes to the fucking dark.
That that would have been cool. That
That
would have been like a saving grace in a way.
Yeah.
For the franchise. Yeah.
And then, like, if she was to somehow survive at the end of that, if they were going to continue more, that's when she would come out with that, I thought was kind of a cool double-sided lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have made the title make more sense because Ben is closer to being a Skywalker than Rey ever will be.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, he's half Skywalker.
And it's just stupid because it's like you go through all three of those movies and it's like, okay, she doesn't earn anything. Like, she gets Luke's lightsaber, she takes Luke's X-Wing, she takes his home, his childhood home at the end, and then he takes his fucking name. It's like, shit, do you have an original idea about who you are?
But
or...
that then also totally, like, just, wipes Luke Skywalker from the heroic part, like the male guy, the lead male role, and now this girl, like, absorbed his essence and his energies, and just now she is Skywalker. She's the one that you should think of when you hear the name Skywalker.
Yeah, it's
like,
stupid.
It's like, no, suck it. I don't think so.
Nope. Oh, what was that?
My cat fucking disconnected shit.
Yeah, sure. Blame your cat. Blame your cat.
Little fucker.
If you don't want to be here, you can leave. It's fine.
Well, fine then. Well, fucking fine. Fucking fine.
Stop putting peanut butter on your dick, and your cat will leave you alone.
Dude, that's sharp teeth. What the fuck?
Yeah, but
Hey,
their
I don't
tongue
know
is
what-
like
I don't know what you're
sandpaper.
into.
Feels kind of crude.
That's fucked up. But what the fuck out. I just had something. Oh, so like there's a lot of concept and like story stuff that they were originally going to put in Force Awakens,
Yeah.
which makes me mad that they took out where Kylo was going to be in contact with Anakin.
Yeah.
But Anakin would still be struggling with the dark side. So what was your from what I saw of the concept art and stuff, you're going to see Anakin shifting between Vader and Anakin.
Ray Palpatine, that's right.
So I thought that would have been cool that, yes, he redeemed himself, but he's still struggling. I mean,
Double Flyers. I'm sorry, I'm hitting the chat. Double Flyer has a few collects Funko Pops, and Frog G says Ray Palpatine, and that is true. That is Ray's name, Ray Palpatine.
Yep.
She's a Palpatine. She's evil. She must be destroyed.
Exactly.
Yep.
What happened to Ray? We had to take her to the farm.
She had to go to the farm.
God.
She had to go to the farm.
That fucking Yoda puppet was so fucking bad.
At least they went puppet though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was bad. It looked fucking terrible. It looked worse than episode 1 puppet.
It's because they actually cared in episode 3, if that's what you mean.
No. Phantom Menace, when that originally
He was
came
the
out.
puppet? I thought it was all CG.
No, when it came out in theaters, it was originally a puppet. But you know how George Lucas is.
Can't leave my dick out of everything.
So when it got released on the Blu-ray and shit, that's when it got changed over to CG.
Wow, that shows you. I don't even remember I saw it in theaters. I don't even remember, dude.
I fell asleep during.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Yeah, I fell asleep. I was like, "This is so fucking boring."
It was boring.
Everybody is so bland. Like, there's no. And it's not like you had to follow the formula of, oh, you need to have a princess and a scoundrel, but like everybody was the same. Like people weren't different enough. You know,
Right.
like you didn't. I don't know. It's just like the Jedi are the Jedi. It's like, yeah, you got Qui-Gon, you got Obi-Wan, but they kind of follow the same rules. You don't have somebody, pushing them. Their ideology or being like, oh, you guys are just, you're fake. It was just all like, oh, no, the Jedi are just awesome. They can fucking jump 90 feet like a Power Ranger now. That took me out of the movie right there. I was like, really?
All right, so here's puppet and CG Yoda.
Oh, 1 second here. I don't want to. Yeah, ink on my nib. Okay. Oh, geez. Granted, I don't know which one I think is worse, but
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
I mean, I kind of see what they were going for with that puppet. They're trying to make him look a little bit younger.
yeah. But I mean, but do you have to make him look younger? Like, Toyota, like, is like 40 years really that vast? Like 30? It would be like 30 years.
Yeah.
No.
So I think that's why George Lucas ended up getting rid of that for the fucking Blu-ray releases.
Yeah. No, I don't think he had to.
Well, he didn't have to make Han shoot first, or Greedo shoot first, so there's a lot of things that
You mean
George
Greedo
didn't have
shoot,
to.
period?
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least he didn't pull a fucking Steven Spielberg with the E.T. special edition. Replace all the fucking guns with radios.
I've never seen that. I've never seen the special edition of that.
I've never seen it either. I just seen the certain scenes of it, and I was like, what fucking why? Oh, because Hollywood's on an anti-gun kick. You know, movie directors lose their fucking edge as they get older.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I
get
thought it'd be
scared.
politically. I'm surprised they didn't take the shark out of Jaws.
I'm surprised they didn't make the shark CG yet.
There you go, yeah. I think it would look more fake if it were CG. Like, it looks fake, but it's at least a tangible object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing that these guys forget is that, even if you can tell that it's not real because it's physically there. Your brain believes it.
Right.
Whereas CG, you're just like, oh, it's another CG effect.
Right.
Yeah,
And it looks real, but
and
you're
it's
like,
not, and it's not as fantastic.
Right.
Exactly. With Bruce was the name of the animatronic.
Yep.
It was
lawyer.
it was still scary because it was actually on people. It was actually chopping the fucking fisherman in half.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's also what pisses. You remember? You guys ever watched the Thing prequel?
Oh, that was
No.
horrible.
No, I haven't.
It was so bad because they had so many practical effects, and then the movie studio said, no, do everything CG, and then it wound up looking like shit.
Oh, no. Here's how it went down. All the practical effects were done. Everything was good to go. They sent it off, and then the CG went behind, or the studio went behind their backs and was like, cover this with CG.
Yeah.
And it was, man, that pissed me off so much.
Oh, yeah.
The
It's
perfect
like,
combination. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just going to say, how do you do a movie that is hailed as one of the best practical effects movies of all time and do practical effects and then be like, nah.
Yeah, why waste all that time anyway?
And on top of that, the way when they changed up the fucking, what was that? It was like the core of the ship.
Yep. Was supposed to be the true form.
Or not even necessarily a true form, just a form of the creature that was able to pilot it.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's even pictures of that thing up, and I was like, dude, that would have been cool to fucking see.
Yeah. Nope. Instead, we get the fucking Jenga looking.
Jenga Tetris bullshit.
Yeah.
You're the perfect example of how to mesh CG with practical is Jurassic Park, the first one.
Oh yeah.
That they did it perfectly. They didn't overuse CG, and they used enough practical to make you believe the CG parts were actually real.
Yeah.
So it was just a great combination, and it's what people should look at as an example.
What are your
crutch? You use it as a tool, another tool.
What are your thoughts on Jurassic World series?
Not necessary.
Yeah.
Not necessary, but I still think they're fun.
I mean, it's pretty much the same dribble that 1, 2, and 3 were. They're trying to weaponize dinosaurs, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
At all. Period. You can't, like, it's a dinosaur. I have a rocket launcher. Your dinosaur's going down.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like it's I don't know. It's a little much. I mean, granted, are they mindless fun? Yeah. You could just zone out and just watch it and just be like, okay, whatever, and
watch it for Chris Pratt.
Exactly. Chris Pratt. But
Does it add anything to the mythology? Not really.
No.
Are they necessary to watch? Not really.
Can you enjoy them? Yeah, you can enjoy them.
Yeah,
I'm still going to go see the third one because I love dinosaurs, so fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, I do want to see all the original actors again.
Yeah, that's the reason to go see the third one.
Well, that's also why they're doing it.
Yeah, but from what I understand, this is going to be the final film. So hopefully it stays as the final film.
It'll be the final film for about 10 years, maybe 15.
And then they'll remake it as the rated R version based off the book.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because, man, the book was fucking brutal.
Yeah, well, they got to get at least PG-13 to get money.
For toys.
Yep, for toys.
Get butts to see.
Yep. Get more kids in there, more parents to be like, oh, it's fine, it's PG-13.
I mean, I guess one thing I do kind of like about the Jurassic World films, like where they went with the second and where they're going into with the third one, is basically it's almost like the events of the end of the original book. Where, oh shit, the dinosaurs made it off the fucking island. because in the original book, the dinosaurs did make it off the island, and this was before there was going to be a sequel for a movie, and then Michael Crichton made a second book because the movie was going to be coming out. It was a bleak ending.
What was the ending?
Huh?
What was it?
Oh, basically the dinosaurs made it off the island, and they're doing their asexual reproduction shit.
And then they murder everyone. But see, this is the whole thing. Like, that's kind of like the government, everybody, we all have enough weapons that we can just kill dinosaurs. I mean, I understand it might be a problem at first, but you can just kill them. They're not fully armored.
Yeah.
So them getting into cities, that's where I'm just like, yeah, I'm out. I'm done. You know, once you get them into any kind of civilization, dude, all they have to go is they go to Detroit and the dinosaurs are dead.
Go to Texas, they're fucking dead.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just a little bit much once you get them out into the real world. But they're fun. I mean, yeah, they're fun movies and stuff. Especially, I mean, just having what's his face, the Fly dude. What's his face? Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a good draw just to go watch any one of them for. He's fun because everybody loves Jeff Goldblum. I gotta go on.
Frankly, he was the only thing that was good in Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok could have been so good if it wasn't so funny.
I just don't understand the need to make it a comedy.
I can understand tossing in a little humor, but don't make Thor funny.
Yeah, or make him unwittingly funny. Like
right.
Like he is in the comics.
Yeah. Like I liked the first Thor movie. Everything that was on Asgard. Everything that was on Asgard was awesome because it looked like fucking Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Once they went to Earth, I was like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what he goes.
I know it's what happens, but I tell you what, the best scene in any Marvel movie to me is the scene where Loki and Odin are shouting at each other.
Oh, so
and
good,
I'm just like, man, Kenneth Branagh fucking brought it, man. That's like Shakespearean shit right there.
Want to interrupt real quick? Say hi to Hockey in the chat.
What's up,
hey, Hockey.
Yeah, dude, that's such a good scene. The Loki Odin scene, so good.
And I'm like, that's and that's Tom Hiddleston, who was an unknown at that time, going toe to toe with Anthony Hopkins. And making you feel sorry for him that he was lied to, and that you're kind of like, I'm kind of on Loki's side because these people fucking stole him from his family and lied to him his entire life. And then you're just kind of like, yeah, I can see why he's pissed. They
could have done so much like serious stuff with Thor. Like it made him really good quality movies, like outside of the MCU formula. They really could have. They could have made him some serious like drama movies, and they didn't want it. And not only that, Chris Hemsworth himself was like, "Yeah, I'm glad they kind of made him a little more funny because I wanted to be funny." Oh, no,
well, yeah,
Thor's not funny.
He was the only good part of that Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah,
movie about Ghostbusters and the fucking secretary is stealing the show.
Yeah, and I get it. But if that's the case, don't take a Thor role. Like, I'm sorry. Just read the material. Be like, oh, this guy's not funny at all. I'm going to have kind of not a huge range, but it's going to be a lot of serious acting that I can actually play with. Like I honestly liked Dark World. I thought it was good. Yeah. Everybody bashes it and rips on it. I thought it was good. So I think those first two Thor movies were solid.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm not even gonna see it. I can't say I'm not gonna see it, but I'm not gonna see Love and Thunder for a long time. I'm just I collected the books because I liked the artwork. I thought it was good. But I read a few of them and I was just like this is just utter garbage. It was just utter garbage. And they could have done something really cool with the Thor Jane Foster thing if they really wanted to. They could have gone a Donald Blake. Jane Foster finds a walking stick and hits it and becomes Thor, the male Thor. They could have done like something like that. They could have been like, well, whenever she turns into Thor, like she loses a bit of Jane and slowly becomes this way, and like her name is Thorina, not Thor, because Thor is
Or Thorson
guy.
in that what if issue.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, they could have done so much. And what do they Marvel do? They do their whole political agenda crap, and they just make it so it's now Thor is a chick and better than the male version that it overtook.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it was so trash, dude. Dude, even the first, like, I don't know if it was the first appearance, like first book with her as Thor, but she fights the absorbing man or something, and he's like, I can't believe I got beat by a woman. Like he says that. It's
Oh,
like,
Jesus. That's
it's like
crazy.
what?
But he's
What?
been beaten by a woman before. Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah. It's like Sif could beat you. That's a woman. Like,
I'm pissed that they didn't go anywhere with Sif.
oh, me too, dude. That makes two of them. Dude, Thor was my first book. Thor 411 was my first comic book. And I collected, like, I sought all the back issues out. I'm a Thor collector, dude. And I loved Sif and the Warriors 3. And there's so much they could have done, man. And they don't. They foobar it, as per usual.
I'm trying to remember what was my first comic book.
Yeah, and they went out like bitches in Thor Ragnarok too.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
Dude, the Ragnarok comics, like Thor Ragnarok in the comics, it was awesome, man. It was like an epic. And it definitely wasn't that.
Also made me mad that they really fucked up Planet Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should
Well,
have been thing.
Granted, they couldn't do Planet Hulk because they don't own the rights to the Hulk.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to wedge it in somewhere.
Stupid though.
Yeah. I mean,
But like,
Hulk
I
himself.
haven't seen Eternals and I haven't seen Shang-Chi either.
Me either. I
I
haven't.
just like what will get me excited to see a Marvel movie
Dude,
is Fantastic Four. Do a good Fantastic Four, and I will get excited about a Marvel movie again.
well, my mom said, like, I don't know if it was one of her friends or somebody, one of her friends, not, so this is a normal person, saw the Eternals. Dude, they hated it so much. And this is just a regular human being, not somebody who collects comic books, not somebody, and somebody who's way older, than, not way older, they're older than us. So, yeah. And what did you say after that? You said something. I forgot now. I was going to say something on that.
Actually,
Fantastic Four. I didn't mind the very first one they did.
Yeah, that was
I liked that one.
I thought it was okay, especially Doom. Dude, that cat who played Doom, I can't remember his name, but
Julian McMahon.
dude, perfect acting, perfect
Oh
casting,
yeah.
perfect
Well,
casting.
what I thought was perfect was the interaction between Johnny Storm and the Thing.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh,
Too.
That was perfect.
Yep.
That was beautiful. That.
You could tell they were having fun. You could tell they were having fun with this movie, and it was like the second one, but
The only good thing about the second one was Lawrence Fishburne voicing Silver Surfer.
This is true, but I am a little bit of a Jessica Alba simp, so there's that. But
I just remember seeing the trailer for the Silver Surfer one, and when he pulls Johnny Storm into space and then lets him go, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna get dark. No, they're not.
yeah,
But that's what I felt like at the time. I was like, oh shit.
that scene was pretty cool.
I remember in the comics, that female officer that Johnny Storm was forming a romance with.
Yeah.
I remember in the comics, she becomes basically like a female human torch. I can't remember what process caused her to do that. And then
She became a herald.
Yeah, she ended up becoming a herald for Galactus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I thought if they were going to make a third film, they would actually kind of go into that.
Yeah,
But then I saw what they did with Galactus. I was like, no.
Yeah, that was an embarrassment, dude. It's like, you had Galactus. You had him. It's like, you get the perfect opportunity. And what do? You make him
And
a
then-
cloud.
And then I forced myself to watch that god awful
You watched that other one?
I forced myself to watch it because a friend of mine wanted me to review it.
Oh,
And yeah, I tore it apart. I mean, that movie was fucking bad.
as you should. I've never seen it. I still have yet to see it. I refuse
Oh,
to see
it was so bad.
I'll watch. Okay, I can't say I'll watch Shang-Chi before I won't watch it. I just won't watch it. I won't watch any of them.
I sure as fuck ain't watching the new Blade. Fuck that PG-13 shit.
Yeah, if it's PG-13, I'm out.
I gotta tell you, man, I saw the first Blade, and I seen all the Blades in the theaters, but man, that second one, the first time that fucking jaw popped open for the Reapers, I about jumped out of my seat. I was like, Dad, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was awesome.
And then
That was
Guillermo del Toro ended up using that design for the strain.
yeah. But still, I mean, like, it was a way to see vampires that you've never seen before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, it made it scary. It made it seem like a threat that even Blade couldn't handle. It upped the ante, which is what movies don't do now.
And then the third movie kind of shit the bed.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
But
that was horrible.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds was great in it.
He was Ryan Reynolds.
he's Ryan Reynolds in everything he does.
Yeah.
Actually, there's been a couple where he wasn't. Amityville Horror remake.
Amityville Horror, but for the most part, he's Deadpool though.
Yeah. And Jessica Biel.
No. So scrumptious.
Back in her really fit days too.
I'll take it on non-fit days. I don't care.
Oh yeah, she's coming out with a new movie where apparently she plays. I can't remember the name of the movie. I think it's based in the late 70s. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, that Dracula was fucking pitiful.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Drake. My name is Drake.
My name is Drake.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I wasn't. That it's a kind of a decent concept to have Dracula fight against Blade, but they butchered it, dude. It was not like they butchered Dracula. They didn't do a good job at all.
Parker Posey, come on.
Yeah, Parker Posey.
All right, to me, Parker Posey looks fucking weird, but she's kind of hot at the same time. I don't know.
She just wasn't good in that movie.
No. Tell you what, I'm not going to lie. I do.
Angry Penguin Studios, what's going on? How you doing? Sorry, catching up with the chat, guys. Angry Penguin
it's all
Studios. Hockey, don't you have the link? Can Hockey get in here?
Yeah, he should be part of CG Icons.
Oh, he's telling me the parcels are gone, and the one for me is here. Okay, good. Yeah, Hockey, I did get hit up today, actually. Somebody said that their book has the tracking number says it was shipped, but they didn't have it, and I forgot. I didn't realize who it was, and he texted me when I was at work, or emailed me while I was at work. So when I got home, I was like, oh, he's in Australia. So that's why it says that he got him, but he didn't because Hockey got him. But I did tell him if he wants a tracking, I'll give it to him, but he doesn't want it. He's good. So thank you, Hockey, for sending those out. Let me know what I need to, what I owe you, if I owe you, or what's going on. So yeah. So proceed.
Oh, Netflix is Lost in Space.
That was pretty good.
I actually like Parker Posey as Smith.
Yeah.
I like Parker Posey in Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Because she played Parker Posey. That's how, to me, she is. She's like a horrible person. That's how I picture her.
Sure as hell didn't like her in Superman Returns.
Nope.
Actually, I sure as hell didn't like that movie.
Oh, she was in Super. Oh, that's right. She was Miss Tessmacher.
Not Miss Tessmacher. She was a different chick,
Well,
but basically replaced her.
Miss Tessmacher.
Right, the Miss Tessmacher. I can't remember the name. Yeah.
But
she was actually good in Josie and the Pussycats.
I've never watched that movie.
It's stupid.
I kind of figured that's why I never watched it.
It's stupid, but but after you watch it, you're like, okay, I can see why it's stupid, but it's supposed to be.
It's
So,
endearing.
Yeah, it's like it's like an endearing, like you're like, okay, I get it. There are some funny scenes in it.
Kind of like what they did with the Scooby-Doo live action films.
Yeah,
Check your Twitter DMs, dummy. Where's my invite?
Yeah, fuck, I forgot where the fuck I was going with this. Superman. I remember I saw that in theaters. It was going to be the very first Superman I got to see in theaters, and I was so excited. And when I finally watched it, me and my brother, we got home, and he was like, "That was a fucking weird movie." I'm like, "Yeah, that was really fucking weird." Brandon Routh was great.
He was good,
but
he did a good Superman.
Oh, he was a great Christopher Reeve Superman.
Yeah, dude. I really did like him as Superman. He had a terrible script to work with. Really did.
That's why I was so happy that this was the only CW segment I watched. After I watched, for like 3 seasons of The Flash, I quit that. And, I went in for the Infinite Crisis thing, or Crisis on Infinite Earths, whatever the fuck they were doing at that time.
Yeah.
And they had Brandon Routh as Superman in that.
I was so happy to see that, dude.
Yeah, that made me so happy.
Yeah.
I thought the Smallville scene was kind of funny, but it kind of also made me angry. I was like, but he's no longer Superman. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we started watching all of those CW things, dude. Dude, Legends of Tomorrow was just garbage. It's the worst abomination. It became the worst abomination out of all of them. I didn't mind Constantine, dude. They should have kept
Constantine was good.
Constantine was good.
That was a damn good show. That guy was born to play as fucking Constantine.
Yeah, and they started watching all of those CW things, dude. Dude, Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, you got to mute yourself, dude, or mute YouTube. Greg, mute YouTube, Greg.
Constantine was. That was a guy born to play as.
Can you hear us, Greg?
Hold up, let him catch up. Actually, I think he froze.
Yeah, I think he did too. But I can still hear his audio.
That's the best still life I've ever seen.
Yeah, it helps if you have headphones and turn the volume off of the YouTube.
Yeah, just mute YouTube.
Mute YouTube.
Yeah. I remember he had trouble last time he was on. Oh, you can hear us, but yeah. You're roboting though.
Robo Greg.
Robo Greg.
Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, we can see what he's working on though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, Greg fixed his. I'm gonna go get some water. I've been drinking coffee. I need some water, so I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
But I didn't mind the first season of.
Love you.
Hello?
We can hear you in bits and pieces. What kind of internet do you have? Do you have satellite? All right, so of the CW shows,
I liked Arrow when it had Deathstroke in it. That was about it.
Believe it or not, I never watched one episode of Arrow. But I started watching The Flash. I liked the first 3 seasons. No. I watched the first 2 seasons, quit halfway through the 3rd season, I think. It was just too many fucking speedsters. I was like, what the fuck?
I got tired of his fucking girlfriend.
Oh, Iris keep on getting the fucking spotlight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? This is supposed to be about the Flash. God damn it. Supergirl, the first season was actually really good
Yeah.
when it was on CBS. But then as soon as it went over to CW, I stopped watching after like 3 or 4 episodes into the second season.
Well, Jimmy Olsen should not be handsome. He's supposed to be kind of a dork. He should not be the guardian or whatever they turn him into.
Yeah.
That was just stupid.
Now Tyler Hoechlin, he's a good fucking Superman. That show Superman and Lois or whatever they have. That's actually a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed him as Superman.
I haven't watched any of the latest episodes because there's been so many other things I've been watching. But from like the first few episodes I saw of the new Superman show, it's pretty good. Mr. H is giving it pretty good reviews too. Legends of Tomorrow, I only watched the first season, and then I just got taught. I don't like White Canary's character.
Yeah.
I mean, her character is a pretty bad fucking character, and they're constantly keep on putting her sexuality to the forefront, and that should not be her defining fucking feature. That's what drove me nuts about that. I tuned out when she ended up porking Guinevere during the when they ended up at Camelot.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm done. Oh, and what they did to Hawkman and Hawkgirl was fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. Vandal Savage, his origin was fucking stupid. Well, the guy that got to play as Vandal Savage was pretty fucking stupid too. It's like the guy did not see the actor, like his voice. He did not seem threatening at all.
Yeah.
It's like no, Vandal Savage has a commanding voice. The guy's literally been around since the fucking Stone Age.
Yeah.
And this, they made his origin where he was originally a fucking Egyptian priest.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty fucking stupid. But no, Constantine that show was good. What was it? What network was that on? NBC?
I think so.
That was really good. Then they canceled it, and when they moved Supergirl over to CW, I thought that's what they were going to be doing with Constantine, but no, instead they put him in Legends of Tomorrow. And then I never even dared to look at fucking Batwoman. I was on the Nope train as soon as
Yeah.
believe it or not, I was actually excited for it because they got Ruby Rose, and I thought she would have been good.
Yeah.
But then when all the crazy politics shit started coming out, I was like, oh, fuck this noise.
Well, I always thought it was funny when they were like, she doesn't need a man to protect her, but it's like, but in the show, it shows that she stole all the equipment from Batman. So technically, she needed a man to become Batwoman.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you guys are morons. You don't know the characters. You don't know. That's what happens when you don't have fans. People who actually, not even fans, people who respect the fucking characters, or respect the medium of comics.
Mm-hmm.
When you get people that don't respect the medium, that's when you get this shit.
And
that's
what's happening in comics now. Zach, your boy Zach, he's nailed it. It's just people looking for fucking Netflix deal.
Yep. Now, if Netflix came and said, "Hey, we want to do a TV show of U.S. Assassin," I'm not going to say no. but that's not my driving force behind doing comics.
Oh, I'm not going to say no if they want to do a show of Neon Revenant. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but
There
well,
he is.
no,
I'm
fuck
back.
that. Welcome back.
Sorry, I switched to my phone. My computer runs so goddamn slow anymore. It fucks everything up.
Yeah. Well, definitely when you're on stream, make sure if you have YouTube up that the YouTube app is muted. And then having headphones on helps with echo and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But what was where were we?
Stupid CW shit.
CW. Oh yeah, we were talking about Netflix shit. If they were to take on our fucking projects or something,
Oh yeah.
I
wouldn't say
I'd
no.
be like, I would. This is where I would be. I'd be like, all right, well, if you want to make a movie or a series of of my property, I'm going to have a bit of creative control over this.
Yep.
They won't go for it because they'll want to inject their fucking politics into it. And it's funny because when I was bringing up my my aunt, you know, she super supportive, and when I went to go visit her last year, and I was showing her the initial pictures of the Neon Revenant and talking about the story and asking her about accuracies because she's in the army.
Yeah.
So, and my character was previously in the army, and I was asking questions and stuff. She was like, "Oh, you should sell this to Hollywood." I was like, "Fuck no, I'll write something else and sell that to Hollywood. But this ain't being fucking sold to Hollywood. Not this one." Well, why not? I was like, because they'll inject their political bullshit. This is an apolitical comic. I do eventually, if I'm able to progress the series, I will take swipes at certain characters, but all in all, it's pretty much an apolitical comic. I mean, I don't want anything that is mine that I am been working on since I was like 19, 20 years old to be fucked with.
Yeah, don't blame you.
She was like, "Well, you could just compromise." And I was like, "No. The money, to me, the money is not worth it. Not with this one."
Hey, Mike, is Ink Spots in the Icons group?
You should be. I'll go double check. Hold on.
So just send him the link.
Actually, maybe I should pitch it to Daily Wire. Well, I don't know if they'll go for it. The books are going to have the stories. It's very gory and whatnot. So I don't know if Daily Wire would be willing to go with that.
Yeah, I just sent Inkspots the link.
Oh, okay. I was about to do it. Thanks, man. Michael T said something in CGI text. His computer has taken a poo-poo.
No, what happened was he got his foot rub, and his foot rub turned into something else.
Shoulder rub?
Sure, we'll go with that.
If that's what you call your penis.
Well, I can't imagine anybody wanting to do anything with Michael T, so I would just assume it's like a shoulder rub. I mean, it's Michael T.
Oh, okay, Michael T.
Yeah. I guess if he was a good artist, then maybe, but
Jesus Christ.
Excuse me. What kind of envy? Penis envy. Could you say that again? Penis.
penis.
Well, I didn't quite hear you. Penis.
Fauci orange his book. Sign up today. It's chat, sorry. Oh, you had to switch to his phone? Greg had to switch to his phone?
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's a good Captain Carter you got going on there.
Gee, sorry. I wasn't looking up. Too many. Too busy drawing. Hockey, if you're drawing, get in here. What are you doing?
Get in here right now. Come on. Let's go. Get in here.
Come on, Hockey.
I'm going to change the name of the stream to the Choppa. I'm just going to tell everybody to get to the Choppa.
Get to the chopper. La.
You ever listen to Austrian Death Machine?
No.
Yes. I
So
fucking
good.
love that band.
So good. That's all it is, Mike. It's just the drummer for, I think it's the drummer from As I Lay Dying. He as a band, Austrian Death Machine, and like they're all Arnold Schwarzenegger movie titles, and or like stuff like that. And like Arnold is like a character in the thing, and the songs are like "Get to the Choppa" and Benny had 5 kids and lied or something like that. Like,
Oh my God.
It's so
That's
good,
hilarious.
dude. It's so good.
Oh, Rammstein just came out with a new album.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah, I think it came out today. I was listening to it. It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
You're still singing all in German, or do they switch over?
All in German. As far
Okay, I know. I mean, I know some bands will do that. Like they'll switch over to get, like once they become popular, to get like that more American side money. You know what I mean?
like Scorpions.
Scorpions. Yeah, I never liked the Scorpions. But
Yeah, and their retirement didn't last very long.
what, the Scorpions?
Yeah, they did a
Farewell
final
tour?
world tour like 5 years ago or so, and now they're back.
Oh, so they pulled Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say bands never really retire. That's almost like an artist retiring. I mean, even if you get arthritis, you're still gonna do something artistic, and you're like, "Oh, I'm back."
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
Well,
they
I mean,
love it too much.
Look at Frazetta. He had a stroke and couldn't use his right hand, so he taught himself how to draw and paint with his left.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's just insane.
That's Stoker, not Stoker. What's his Snogans? Remember how he messed up his drawing hand and he didn't tell anybody at his work, and he just learned how to draw with his other hand. That's why he can draw with both hands at the same time.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, Snogans is a machine, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, it's just something. There's something in artists that makes them have to create. Like it's just we have to do something artistic and creative, or we go mad. So if we say, "Yeah, I'm going to retire," it's like, no, you're not. No, you're
It's
not.
like that with Dave Mustaine when he ended up getting paralysis on what was it, in one of his arms, so he switched over to start playing with the other hand.
Yeah, there you go.
He had an accident with like a chainsaw or something. Fucked up his hand.
Yeah, but then it was the medication that apparently he had like some type of reaction to it that made it even worse.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people like a musician never really will retire, and even if they do kind of retire, so to speak, they'll probably become like a soundboard engineer. Like they'll do something, or a producer. Like they'll do something in the music genre. You don't ever really retire from that. It's just something. Let alone you get a high from going on stage. So that's also why you get like 90-year-old musicians. That's why the Stones are still touring.
Yeah. And Paul McCartney, that's why he's still touring.
Exactly, dude. I mean, like, yeah, it's you don't ever stop because you get that high.
Okay. Fuck, look at fucking Ronnie James Dio. He kept on touring until he fucking died. He was dying of fucking stomach cancer and he still kept on fucking touring.
Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop.
That was a sad day.
Yeah.
Same thing with Peter Steele when he passed away. That was a sad day.
Well, dude, Neil Adams just died.
Yeah.
That sucks, dude. I found when I saw that, I'm like, nah, that's not real, and I had to look it up. Like, oh, man.
Yeah, I was not. I think I had just gone to bed, about to go to bed for from third shift, and I saw my phone and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know how old he was. I mean, yeah, 80. I mean, he had a full life at least, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks whenever, like, you get people like Michael Turner, passing away and stuff at a young age, and like it's like, man, they didn't even live.
Or
Like, they
well,
did, but
yeah.
they
Or like
didn't have a
Mike
chance.
Raringo, who like fucking dropped dead at his art board of a heart attack.
Hey, honestly, dude, if I'm gonna go, that or sex, why not?
Yeah.
Or maybe eating a nice sandwich. Yeah, I do like a sandwich. I'm at that age where a nice sandwich will do it for me. Nice pulled pork sandwich, some good barbecue sauce on it.
Hell yeah.
It's delicious. Could die happy. So yeah, but yes, I mean sad news, but still, So
It was
when is?
actually nice to actually get to have met him though. That was fun.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
Chicago Con 2012. Me and John Malin had a table with some other guys,
Nice.
and it was Sunday, and it's about an hour before the show starts, and we're like over here, and then there's like a partition, and then Neil Adams was on the other side of us. Well, he came around because he was headed towards the bathroom, and when he came back, he looked at all of us, like looking at him, and he goes, "All right, who's got a camera?" So we took pictures with him, and I posted mine up on Twitter and Facebook.
Nice, man.
It was cool, man. I mean, the dude's hand, like when he put it on my shoulder, I like went, ugh, because it felt like a fucking giant ham just landed on my, just hefted a ham on my fucking shoulder.
So,
Like,
so not very delicate is what you're saying.
His hands are huge.
Not
No,
dainty at all.
I was happy when I got to meet Stan Lee.
That's cool, dude. Yeah.
I mean, but what sucked, I think this was before all that crazy shit came out about his lawyer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think this is when it was happening because, all of us are in line. We're getting autographs from Stan Lee, but we're not even allowed to shake his hands and shit.
Yeah.
Not allowed to shake his hand. They literally usher us through like a fucking assembly line. So, and then I was at that point. I was a little bit disappointed that when all that shit came out about the lawyer, I was like, "Oh, now it's all making sense."
Right.
I've been disappointed with Stanley since I heard about the shit that went down with Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was no bueno. No bueno. I didn't
bueno.
like that. I was not happy with that either.
For Stan to say he had no power or no way to help Jack, I'm like, that is utter bullshit.
Yeah.
Your ego wouldn't allow you to fucking share the spotlight with the man that basically created the Marvel Universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone's like, oh man, did you ever get to meet Stanley? I was like, no. And they're like, well, you're never going to get to now. I was like, well, that's fine. And they're like, you're a comic fan, right? I was like, yeah. And they're like, why are you being so glib about it? I was like, ask fucking Jack Kirby's family. Ask them why anybody would be a little sour about Stanley.
Right. Yeah. I met Stan and Jack. I met Stan in '92, and Jack at the same time too, because it was his birthday. But I met Jack just on the floor. Actually, I can't remember who he was talking to, and I was like, I wanted to sign a book. He's like, hey, if I sign your book, I gotta sign everybody's book. He's like, I'm sorry, I really would like to. Like, and here, when he went, what it was he we went to like his birthday thing or whatever, and when he went to cut the cake, dude, his hands were shaking so much he had to have his wife like hold his hands to help him cut, and that's probably actually why like he just wouldn't want to sign anything.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
and
still, it was
also,
pretty dope.
this is the thing: is okay. How long has Stanley not really had to work? The dude's had like $1 million contracts with Marvel forever. Jack Kirby had to draw up until the day he died.
Yeah,
That man should have been set just like Stan, and should have not had to work himself to where his hands shook like that because he had to fucking draw all the time.
yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and like you know, I may not have been Stan's biggest fan after I heard about all that stuff, but I mean, he didn't deserve to be like what happened with him. Didn't like he didn't deserve that. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm just
But
saying.
yeah, no, I know what you're saying, dude. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to meet those cats, but that was long ago. So kind of screwed up. I gotta fix this.
I could have met Rob Liefeld, but I really didn't want to.
I've met him a few times. Nothing really exciting to report. Met Jim Lee and apparently had the only bad interaction with Jim Lee that anyone's ever had.
That's what I've heard. Because I had a good interaction with Jim Lee.
One artist I'd love to meet would be Alex Ross.
Yeah, that would be cool, dude.
And I know people are like, "Oh, but he uses references." It's like, who the fuck doesn't use references?
Yeah.
I mean, he's also he's a fine artist. He paints his crap. You know what I mean? And they're realistic but still comic book looking.
He's
They're
the Norman
gorgeous.
Rockwell of comics. There's a
He's the
reason
Norman
why
he
he
can
call
yeah,
him that.
he can use all the references he wants.
Yeah.
It still looks. You still have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what makes me mad. Like people like, oh, digital's cheating. It's like you still have to know what you're doing. He uses references. You still have to understand color theory and blending and form and structure and anatomy.
Storytelling.
Yeah, so much more goes into it than just references, cheating.
Well, and on top of that, he's also designing his own faces.
Yeah.
The references he used, like the guy who models for his Superman is also the guy who models for Aquaman.
It's mainly for light sources and stuff like that. That's mainly what he used. Yeah.
It's for structure.
It's for structure.
Light sources and how the suit is going to look on a real person too.
Right.
Because a lot of times his models are wearing the suits.
Right. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. When I don't understand people's need to tear apart and just downplay talent. Like they even do it with Norman Rockwell. Like people do downgrade it. It's like I don't care. It's still good. Like I can't do it, and I'm an artist.
He's a household name for a reason.
Yeah.
You know. Are you a household name? No. Well, that's why, because you suck and you didn't know what you were doing.
Marvel.
Like to thank Frog G for dropping them links in the chat. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Frog G.
Yes, sir. MVP of fucking comics.
What did you miss, Frog G? You missed quite a lot. By the way, hey, Frog G, we're at 160 signups right now. 160. Just so you know, dude.
I am at 41.
Nice, man. I mean, to be fair, we kind of have an unfair advantage in that we have a mod as our character. So
the most well-known mod in all of CP.
Yeah, one of the most well-known that there is. So we're kind of cheating.
But no, I'm even surprised I have 41 people alone on the.
How long is your sign-up been up?
About a month.
Dude, you're doing good because Absolute 2, I had 150 after like 5 months. So you're a third of the way there at only a month. That's really good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Man. You're doing.
Now, I'm just waiting on some more. Another piece from Tank. He had to take care of more personal issues. Fucking popped up, so he had to fucking take care of that. So
Tank Farr's a monster, dude.
yeah,
I love his stuff. I really do.
and me and him been talking behind the scenes. He's fucking excited. I sent him the script, and he was like, "Dude, this is fucking badass."
Isn't it great to work with people that are passionate and excited about what they do and what you do?
Awesome. Yeah, I mean,
it is.
To me, it was fucking unreal that he was even that. This was before I sent the script. I told him the basic concept and showed him the character designs. He's like, dude, this sounds pretty fucking cool. I was like, yeah, wait till you read the script, then we'll see what happens. And he was all for it after the script.
Pretty sure I'm signed up for it.
I believe you are. Yes,
I am. There's so much good stuff coming out, and that has come out. Like I lose track. I really do.
Yeah, it's hard.
Which it's good, but it's also bad. It's like I want to back all the stuff, but I'm so poor. I can't afford to
And I'm about to move, so I'm just
you're about to move, so you're out of the you're out of the game, dude. Yeah, any finances you get are going to that. So, but yeah, it's cool, but it's also making competition really tough, man. We really gotta try to up our games and do better than what our best stuff even is, because the talent pool is getting very, very good.
Now, what's funny about my story, Mike, I mentioned that I've been working on this since I was fucking 20, right?
Yeah.
So, originally, this was a male character. The story was a whole lot different and a whole lot fucking shorter. A whole lot fucking shorter. Originally it was only like, when I wrote the original story, it was only like, 30, maybe 40 pages. Then after I rewrote it, the story, now this is just written, no script, written after when I decided to rewrite everything, it was like 100+ pages. In script form, that equals out to 300.
Dang.
It's a lot of pages.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh crap! Now I have to piecemeal my story now.
Yeah.
So,
because you're gonna have more than one, man. So
yeah,
I mean, you're not gonna pull death, the sequel. So
right.
Just give everybody, he's insane. But yeah, having more content is also good. You can develop the story better, stuff like that. So
Yeah, me and Tank were also talking, and I was thinking, I want to do like ash cans in like Punisher Armory style.
nice.
Things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been long. It's all just been a fucking trip. I mean, just going from the original concept and even having the original art of the original male character finally drawn up by someone that was done on DeviantArt. They took a little bit of liberties with the design, but it still turned out good. Then if just something in my mind just wasn't happy with it. Well, first off, the original story was written from a first-person perspective. So, and I come to find out I'm not good at writing it in first person.
Yeah, that's not the easiest.
So that's why I ended up changing it to third-person perspective. And then I was like, okay, well, we've seen. This was just from a fan perspective. We've seen so much of the vengeful father. We never get it. We don't really get enough of the vengeful mother.
True.
So I wanted to bring more of that into it. And then, of course, I was like, it's another thing. We really don't get that many buff chicks in comics either. So fuck it. She's going to be a former bodybuilder too.
Yeah. Dude, follow those Asian bodybuilders on Twitter. Some of them are really hot.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of them.
You ever read there's a Crow miniseries that had Alex Maleev drew it, and it had a chick as the
She
Crow.
was Native American, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was Native American. Like somebody killed her, and she was pregnant at the time, so that's why she comes back. That was a cool, like, in a way, a mom, a vengeful mother story.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I love Alex Maleev anyway, though.
But also, and when I originally made, again, this was like 20 years ago when I originally made this character. This is before all this 2000. We're looking at 2006, 2007, before all this crazy shit really started happening with comics. So now that I was once I entered CG, and then I noticed what they were doing with the Punisher. I was like, well, fuck. Looks like someone's going to have to fill a void, and I might be that person.
Yeah, why not? That's what I say. And you can, as we've seen in the past movies and everything, you can make a very strong female antagonist, a protagonist, and make it do it right. Look at Ripley, look at Sarah Connor. You could have a tough female lead and actually make it good. They don't have to be whamming.
So and that's the thing about my characters, that throughout her entire life she's had to work for everything. And she has a good heart. Her parents instilled in her, like, hey, if someone needs help, you help them out, and all that kind of stuff. Like at the end of the first story, you get a little bit of a glimpse of her childhood, like as like a little flashback for the reader to see. Where she ended up at the principal's office. I think she's 8 or 9 years old in this part, where she ended up in the principal's office because she ended up beating the shit out of a bully that was bullying a friend of hers.
Nice.
So, and then as the story goes on after the end of this first part, you're going to see more of her life. Her going through, like where she first comes to Texas, and during the later years of middle school, and then some of her high school, and then a little bit of her army career, and then a little bit of her career in the police force.
Yeah, so you're showing that she's also building a skill set. There's a reason behind why she's able to do what she can do, and why she is so tough and forced to be reckoned with.
With the new abilities that she has after her resurrection.
Of course.
And then another thing that is driving me nuts, I'm really fucking hating it now, is the sympathetic villain.
Yeah. Yeah, you always have to feel sorry for him, or be like, oh,
or have to have some fucking sob backstory, or they were beaten as a child. Where the villain, the main villain, once you finally get to meet the guy, he has no real reason to be as fucked up and twisted as he is.
Well,
for him, it was just for the feeling of power.
And yeah, like, childhood trauma and all that stuff, it can be a trigger for bad behavior, or somebody becoming vindictive or evil, but it can also go the opposite way just as easily. Like, dude, I love it in the movie. What is it? She got Jennifer Lopez. Crap! She goes into people's dreams or minds.
The Cell.
The Cell. Yeah, Vince Vaughn even says, he's like, I believe you can go through worse things than what the serial killer guy went through and still come out just fine. And he's like, yeah, I know you can. I think they put that in because that's what Vince Vaughn's character happened to Vince Vaughn's character probably in the past. And he's right. You can go through horrific events in your life and still be just fine.
Yeah.
There's no justification in all reality for it. Now, that's not to say, like, look at Dahmer. Like, he he didn't have the best childhood. You know, look at a lot of these serial killers. They really didn't. Some of them had fine childhoods, though. Children, you know, some were very normal kids. So there's just something in your head that just triggers. Like, it's not always just some like oh, he was beaten and raped. It's like, oh yeah, that sucks, but you can still be okay. You can still be okay, a good human being.
Exactly. And that was another thing I wanted to have more with this character. So the original story, all it was okay. His parents were Ukrainian. They're originally from Pripyat, and during Chernobyl, they were evacuated. Well, but while they're evacuated, his mom got a little bit of the fallout, and it transferred to him while he was in the womb, because she was pregnant with him while they're in the Ukraine. They get to New York, you know, become American citizens. He's born, all that kind of shit, and that's how he ends up resurrecting. That was another thing I was satisfied with. I was like, well, I kept on looking at it. I was like, well, I want more of a character backstory, and I actually want to put something that seems a little bit more meaningful into it. Where, as with this new character, Irina, her father is Belarusian. Her mother is Serbian. Her father is ex Spetsnaz during the Cold War, and they were living in Belarus at the time of Chernobyl. And a lot of people don't know this, but a huge chunk of that fallout cloud landed in Belarus. And there are towns that are off limits in Belarus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because it's still active radiation.
Yeah.
So they made it out, and basically same premise, but this is showing as she's growing up, because it plays her mother ends up sharing like a story in old Serbian mythology. There's these beings called the Stuhach, which were dragon men or dragon people, however you want to look at it. And basically, when they would go to sleep, they would their souls would leave their bodies and become dragons.
Ooh,
and would defend their lands and defend people from demons. And I wanted to put a little bit into that, because according to the mythologies, one of the things that signifies that this person is a Stuhach is that they're born in a caul or a cow. And basically what that is basically when they came out, they were in an extra embryonic sac, like they were in an egg.
Oh, okay.
And that's actually a real life thing. That's actually, that still even happens today. So.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, it is fucking weird, but it plays a little bit in that. And her mother, from, her old village stories, she believes that her daughter is a Stuhach, and that's where her and her husband, the main character's father, start instilling like the good traits into her. Hey, you help people, and so on and so forth.
Right. Yeah, heroic traits.
Mm-hmm. Though her father gets angry at it because he's like, well, help people by, getting them away and going to go find an adult, not beat up the fucking bully and get in trouble.
Right. Yeah. Do the right thing. Always find a parent or adult. He was a dragon man.
But, yeah, and I even go into like a little bit of the backstory of her parents, where basically because now they left Belarus because of the because the mandatory evacuation, but also at the same time, her father used that as the perfect time to defect to the United States. But the only way that they're able to stay, because the U.S. government found out, oh hey, this guy was Spetsnaz, is that he would have to join the U.S. Army and help train their special forces. And with that would guarantee citizenship for him and his wife, and they would be able to stay with their daughter, who would be born in the U.S.
Yeah.
So it goes in a little bit of that, and as the story goes on, it'll also touch a little bit on PTSD and survivor's guilt from when she was in the Army, and like a bonding between her and her father with his with his PTSD. And I'm trying to make these stories as fleshed out as possible.
I mean, it sounds like they're pretty fleshed out, dude.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job. That's for sure. I didn't have any... Dude, when I was writing mine, I had none of that. I was just writing it. So, yeah, you definitely are putting in the work. That's for sure.
I'm not about details. Was in high school when I was in creative writing class, the teacher, she would be like, all right, I want you to write this story on this subject. It could be any story you want as long as this subject is involved, and it has to be a 10-page limit. Like, okay, I'd end up doing 20 pages because of how detailed and everything that I was getting with it. Eventually, she started docking me points for that. Because at one point, she was like, okay, I want 10 pages. I gave her 40.
Oh! That's a bit excessive, man.
Like I said, I'm a nut when it comes to the fucking details.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. I don't have a follower on Twitter. Where can we go?
Yeah, fucking... that and creative writing is where I originally took creative writing just as a
Hobby?
Easy points, easy grade.
Oh.
But I ended up catching the fucking writing bug. And I was like, holy shit! Okay, I like doing this. And originally, I was just doing fucking fan fictions and stuff. I came out with like a couple original ones. Like there's this one where me looking back at it, it's a fucking pretty shitty story. But basically, it was almost like Conan the Barbarian meets like something like Tolkien or something like that, where you had a half human, half elf, and he was a barbarian type, and all that crazy, stupid shit. And he's got to get vengeance on his once best friend because his best friend killed his girlfriend, and all the stupid edgelord shit. Then when I was around, then there's another one, City of the Damned. It was pretty much your run-of-the-mill cop needs to survive, a zombie outbreak in the city. Get him and his little sister out. And that was completed. I started writing a sequel to that. And all right, so I used to be pretty hard on the whole identity politics thing. Like, when I finally came out that I swung both ways, I was like fucking all about it, and fucking had to put shit like that in my fucking stories.
Yeah.
And now that I look back at it, I'm like, man, this is some pretty cringy fucking shit.
Yeah, I try to stay out of stuff like that. I mean, sometimes you'll have stuff creep in just because it creeps in, but it's not even on purpose. Not what you're aiming for, but people might be like, "Oh, I see what you did here." It's like, okay, it's not really what I did, but you see it. Good job.
Yeah,
Good job.
but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just weird how things turned out. It, like it's funny because I used to hate fucking just having to write stuff down in general. I fucking hated doing that. But all of a sudden, when you catch a creative bug, you're like, oh shit! Now I love writing.
Oh yeah, gotta ride that wave as long as you can.
But one thing that sucks is that my handwriting's so bad is that uh, I I have trouble reading it myself. So that's why you're never going to see shit that's handwritten from me. Everything is always going to be typed.
Oh yeah, dude. My writing's chicken scratch. Like you can't. It's not really all that great. Like I purposely I capitalize like all the time, just that way it's easier to read it for people because it's just so bad. You know, everything's
Yeah.
capitalized. So I'm not sort of like I'm like double flyer, but in print. It's like I'm not always yelling at you. It's just so that way you can read my crap writing.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but
Right.
luckily I could draw.
My handwriting's getting better since I have to do a lot of writing at work now. So
I I would think it would be the opposite. You would think like because you would want to go write faster. You know what I mean? Since you want to get more out and typing, you can type faster and you can write. So I would think the writing would get worse, like the legibility of it would get worse. You know,
yeah.
that would be my theory. You know, so if it's getting better, that's good. Yeah.
But then I have my fucking days where I feel like Michael J. Fox. So
Jeez, man.
well, that's I don't have Parkinson's.
I know what you mean.
I've had tremors my entire fucking life. So
Oh, okay. My hand isn't the steadiest. I mean, I do shake a little bit if you see me in person. Like, I mean, it's not like anything like anybody else's, but it's like caffeine shake. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
not super bad, but I wouldn't be able to be a surgeon. Let's put it that way.
God damn it, cat! Quit eating my fucking blanket.
Why is your cat eating your blanket?
She's
Your
a
peanut
fucking
butter on your
weirdo.
blanket? Peanut butter on your blanket?
My cat's fucking retarded.
I thought Mike told you to stop putting peanut butter on things. What
I'm
are you
sorry,
done
Mike.
drawing? What are you done? You done drawing, Mike?
No, I'm just. I went down the rabbit hole on Marketplace looking for stuff for the apartment.
I mean, you got to furnish your place, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
I just don't even want to be doing this, but I don't really have a choice.
What she say? What does it say?
Passion for handwriting.
Okay. Oh, passion for drawing, passion for handwriting.
That's hilarious.
That's good. Good one, Frog. That's nice. And I'm an idiot. I forgot to tweet this out.
I tweeted it out.
Yeah, but I didn't. I just now did.
Yeah.
We've been going for 2 hours. Where are you guys?
Switch out my laundry real quick. I'll be right back.
Sounds riveting.
If we ever go backstage, there's like a lot of shit I want to talk about with this story. Yeah, it'd be. I don't know if you'd care about too much spoilers.
I mean, dude, I have a full long box, like a full long box of CG books. I've read 3 of them. I thought it was 2. I forgot one. I've read 3 of them. So, like, when you say, if you were to tell me any spoilers, I mean, by the time I actually get to reading it, I would have forgotten, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, and normally I don't like spoilers. I prefer to find out on my own. But it's tough for me to get to reading stuff, especially, doing this. Yeah, and also with my eyes being as bad as they are, I get frustrated. But it's it's the spoilers. I more get mad when people spoil movies for me, but at the same time, I'm not as devastated as some other people. I just get bummed, like, oh man, I could have found out, but I won't like not read it or not go see it if somebody tells me a spoiler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I don't like them, but if you tell people ahead of time, hey, I'm gonna give you some spoilers, that way they at least have the option to be like, okay, I want to hear them, or I'm good. I'm dipping out, But I don't know if I'll make it to backstage because I don't know what time. Are you Eastern?
I am Central.
Oh, so yeah, yeah, I'm at 2:10 in the morning, so I'm an hour ahead, or am I an hour? I'm an hour ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I
it's
know
one here.
some time zones like Arizona doesn't believe in daylight savings, so it's all tricky sometimes. Some places are like 2 hours, some are one, some are three. Sometimes it's weird. Yeah, so
Time
I
zones
might.
are weird.
Yeah, it's stupid, dude. Daylight savings needs to go away. But plus working all day, I did work out today, and so I get a little more exhausted earlier. So yeah, 2:30 a.m. is early for me. I do want to finish some of this though, like his gloves, maybe in a little more in the chain. But I gotta fix a little bit here, but I don't have my brush with me, so I can't do too much of the tank. But yeah, I mean, I'm actually not charging her much for this commission. Well, mainly because she's a friend and she works at the comic shop that I frequent. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's for her dad, and they're Native American. And I'm a huge dude. I love that lore and culture and everything about it. So
Ooh. What's funny is that I'm currently thinking up of this is my problem. I think up of too much shit.
yeah, I got a few ideas myself, man.
Like, there's one I want to do where it's basically a prequel to the Neon Revenant. It takes place, during like the fucking Wild West, where, shit. Let me look up my notes. I'll put the notes somewhere.
Yeah, I have like Samurai Priest I want to do, which I talked about. There's also some characters, some background characters in Absolute book one, especially that I kind of would love to go into and play around with them in their city. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would love to do, but Frog G is my full attention, and depending on how that goes, it might be Frog G for just for a while, and I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at Frog G. Oh, what's that you got there, friend? Look at that. That's an absolute blank sketch cover. Number one, absolute number one sketch cover. That's right. Limited edition. Only a few left. If you know me, you love me. Ooh, look at you get a black owl sketch cover.
Well, I live across. I've been best friends with Greg for 30 years. So.
Oh, okay.
I got a Flash Forward.
Ooh.
Prophet.
Nice.
Conan. Gunslinger.
Conan, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I got quite a few sketch covers that I haven't touched. Plus, I got a crap ton of I backed that because you demanded it. Alternative because you demanded it, dude. I got so many sketch covers of their books.
Oh, they had sketch covers?
Oh, it's ridiculous how many sketch covers they had. I haven't drawn on one of them yet, but yeah, dude, there was like a crap ton of sketch covers.
I try to remember to pick up their books when I'm at the shop when I see them, but it's so few and far between.
Yo, what up, Christopher John? How you doing, man? We got a Christopher John in the chat who just recently restarted back up his Twitter, which I'm happy to see.
Christopher John.
Yeah. Great talented artiste extraordinaire. How you doing, friend? Yeah, I got a couple more people pop in after I tweeted it out. That's nice. I got 5 watching.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I should have tweeted it out sooner, man. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Is it in my documents?
Yes, it is.
Don't check under fonts. That's usually where the porn's at.
I keep that in music. Fuck, where?
Oh, Bat on My Face. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's up? Bat on my face. The
haven't
best
seen-
fan a person could ever have.
I haven't seen Bat on My Face in a while.
He's been working on U.S. Assassin figures.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen him.
You know, I'll pull up his.
I was gonna say, I like Bat on My Face. I love that name.
I know.
There's some really good chatters that have some great names, and some of them are just so stupidly clever, dude. I love it. Especially, like, I like saying, like, Lord Crackhead. That's my favorite crackhead. You know, I mean, you don't get to say that all that often and mean it.
Lord Crackhead.
My favorite crackhead.
All right, check this shit out.
All right, we're gonna check something out. What
He
is this?
made
What am I looking at?
those.
Let me see. Hold on. I gotta embiggen my embiggen. Oh wow!
Yeah, he made
Holy
those.
crap!
So we got Sensei Steel right here. We got Joe, the U.S. Assassin, and we got Bazooka Dog.
Damn, those are awesome, man. Those are
I know.
amazing.
That's insane. So cool. I love it.
That's really cool. How long ago did he make those?
Just recently.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you could have been the first CGer with toys.
Nah.
That's okay. You have toys. You're in the toy. You have the toys.
Yeah.
Not everybody can say that.
So I wonder if I put it up here. He also sent me some. He made some clay ones. I'm trying to remember if I posted them or not. Oh, yeah, there they are.
Oh man. Oh man, I'm getting tired. It's not good.
That's not good.
It's not good, man. Can't stop, won't stop.
That's not Snowflake. That's not Snowflake. All right. Yeah, he sent these to me in the mail.
Oh, I just put ink on my nib. Give me a minute.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Let me just let it run out. Let it run its course. Let it be all natural and flow out, flow through you. Let the ink flow through you. Just smear some stuff. I mean, I go a little quick, so it tends to get out of that. There we go. It's good. Okay. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
I know. I'm just like, how awesome is that?
I have to beg people to just draw my characters. You get people that,
Make toys.
make toys for fun.
I know. He's really an awesome guy, man. I dig
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty dope stuff, dude.
Oh shit, I can't seem to find it. What the fuck did I do with that?
Did you check your other pants?
Yeah, look there. No luck.
Just a jar of peanut butter.
Just a jar of empty peanut butter.
Crunchy.
Ooh, crunchy, dude! Crunchy peanut butter is the better of the peanut butters.
I will take your word for it.
And I am very partial to blackberry preserves.
I like marmalade.
Nobody likes marmalade.
I like
Fuck you, I like marmalade.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
And apple butter. I love apple butter.
I'll give you apple butter. I like it.
It sucks that apple butter doesn't keep.
No, doesn't keep.
It
How long?
fucking-
How long are preserves good for? Like if you have them in the fridge.
Forever.
Okay, good. Because I got a jar in the fridge. I opened it, but I mean, I had like maybe 1 or 2 sandwiches. That was a long time ago.
Well, if there's stuff growing on it, then you know it's bad.
Yeah, but that could just be the seeds growing more blackberries. It could be good for you. Puts hair in your chest. Like Blackroot, dude. Puts hair in your chest. My mother raised us on Blackroot.
Wow. What is that from?
Willow.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, I say if it comes to a food or even a beverage or something, I ask somebody to try it. If they say no, thank you, I'm just like, it's good for you. Put hair in your chest, no matter what it is or who it is. Put hair in your chest.
That's what my dad used to always say. He used to always tease my sister because she never ate the crust on her pizza, and he was always like, "That's put hair in your chest."
Well,
I'm like,
here's
no wonder she doesn't want to eat it.
well, here's the thing, dude. I do love the pizza crust, like the crust of the pizza. I like it. I used to eat it. I still will sometimes, but if you don't eat the pizza crust, you can eat more pizza.
This is true.
So I'm like, pizza crust or pizza? So I kind of like pizza won that war, but it depending on where I get it from and how big the pizza is. Like if I have a medium in front of me from like this place up the street, I can devour that whole thing. So yeah, I will eat the pizza crust at that point. But if I'm munching on like some franchise place that I love their garlic bread, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be eating the crust because I'm going to fill up on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Mikey,
Hey, Woody.
think you can share this?
You sure can. Oh, dang.
Ooh, what's this?
That's
All right,
nice.
so that's latest piece that Ari is finishing up or finished. He sent. Well, the cool thing about Ari, he does everything hand drawn on paper, and he'll actually send it to you.
Nice.
So
Oh,
with this is showing the main character basically before her and her family were killed. So she has like the bright gray eyes and whatnot, but it's also showing off the scars that she has. Like if you slash on her cheek, on her lower lip, on her lips, the slash in her shoulder, and then the multiple bullet wounds in her chest, stomach, and then one in her thigh from when she was in the army.
Gotcha.
nice.
So, and of course the American flag tattoo.
Of course.
Me and
Yeah.
me and Tank are going to that part's going to be somewhat of a little bit of a running joke because no matter because of her regenerative abilities, no matter how much of that gets blown off, the tattoo is going to grow back.
I like that. That's pretty fun.
It's like, why? Because America, fuck you.
America. That's why. I like it. Nice.
Normally he does a scan that has a clean white background on it. I don't know what's going on with that.
No man wears pants while on the internet. It's Christopher John. They're talking about you wearing pants.
I'm wearing shorts.
He says, "Are you assuming Leak is wearing pants?" And then Christopher, Christopher John says, "No man on the internet wears pants." And rhubarb jam. Real? Wouldn't that be very tardy though? Rhubarb jam.
I've had rhubarb wine.
Isn't there a lot of tart to that? I would think that'd be very tardy. I don't know. Right on my face. I don't know. I mean, it's not that I'm not revolted by it. So, yeah. I don't know. I like the preserves, like the blackberries. Yeah. Strawberry's okay, but
blackberry's awesome.
Blackberry's the best one. Blueberry isn't bad. Get a blueberry. Raspberry's good too. But I've never had a rhubarb jam.
Now, if I want a jelly, I'll go grape.
All right, so
I'm big on jellies. I like the jams and the preserves.
Yeah.
So jellies have too much weight. Go ahead, Leek. Sorry.
So no. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying jellies have too much liquid in them. Go ahead.
All right. So you want to hear the? I was finally able to remember everything. So you want to hear the idea of the backstory, or for the prequel?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. So basically, Old West. We have a man. He's half Native American, half white. He's from a made-up tribe that I made up called the Leechok, and basically, it's him, his Leechok wife, and his little brother. Pinker. He is a former outlaw taking on a new name. Deeply regrets all the stupid shit that he's done. But eventually, the Pinkertons end up finding him.
Pinkertons.
And they find his wife and his little brother. They're killed. He goes to the chief, even though he's kind of exiled, because not the chief, but the medicine man, the elder of the tribe. He's exiled because he's half white, and on top of that, his wife is the elder's daughter.
Oh.
He wants revenge, and as it turns out, there's this underground spring that all the warriors drank before they went into battle, right?
Sure.
So the kicker is that this spring is next to a uranium deposit. So when the warriors die, they come back. Hence this being a Neon Revenant prequel.
Okay.
So, he drinks the water. He goes after the Pinkertons. He gets fucking killed. Then he comes back and starts exacting his revenge on the Pinkertons. And then he starts his journey on being the hero outlaw.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then eventually that story, this is just going to be a fucking one shot. And that's going to lead up to an event to where he finally perishes, and it'll reveal certain aspects that are going to be seen in the current modern timeline.
Right. Yeah, I like it. I also like after Frog Chi, obviously, this is excluding that, but I would prefer most of mine from here on out to be pretty much one shots. But with like a time theme, so like kind of like that, like it ties into the other book, but it's still just a one shot story. Like you can, if you don't read it, you won't be lost, but if you read it, you'll get more of the lore behind everything else. So, yeah, I like stuff like that.
There's also like other crazy ideas I've been playing with. Like there's one character I'm still trying to think of a name like fucking Cobalt Knight or some shit like that, where he during basically this be like during the time of the Crusades or whatnot. He's a crusader. Once he ends up being labeled a heretic because he tried to stop all the soldiers from murdering all of his fellow knights from killing and murdering innocent people, children, and whatnot.
Mm.
And he ends up getting crucified. And lo and behold, or not lo and behold, but eventually Metatron, the voice of God,
Yeah,
he comes to him, breaks him free of his bonds, and basically because of how much of a good person he is by the will of God, he is given enchanted armor along with an enchanted sword that is good for slaying demons. And he's sent after the Pope because, as it turns out, the Pope was actually Satan and has been perverting the words of God of protecting, and instead of doing, protecting the innocent and all that, he's perverted the words of God for his own power.
Right.
So God sends him on his mission to take out Satan. Big, huge, epic battle. Boom! The knight gets, in a last-ditch effort, Satan opens up a fucking tear in space-time, and fucking the knight ends up getting sent into it, and into our modern era.
That's cool.
So now we have someone who's in badass armor. He's going to be basically my Superman archetype, where this story is actually going to be a little bit more family friendly, where he can't use his sword. He can't use it against any mortal. If he does, his power will be taken from him. The sword is only meant to be used against demons.
That's a nice twist.
So we have the Superman archetype, who kind of like a just visiting situation of a knight stuck in modern times. At the same time, he is being aided by an angel who, and because of how much I like history and whatnot, this angel is going to be Saint Joan of Arc.
Ooh, nice.
So she's going to be guiding him through this timeline. And of course, I'm going to have like little funny moments where he's like fucking hitting on her and all that kind of shit.
Well, you got it, yeah, of course.
And you'd be like, I stand for justice and blah 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 blah, that type of shit. And he'll be out and about doing cape shit. And
Right.
It's going to be the light. And even though this is actually still going to be in the universe of the Neon Revenant, but it's going to show the more lighter side of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And eventually he'll end up become best friends with what would be my Batman archetype, which is a guy who's a Sikh.
Hmm.
And he's just like a badass defender of the innocent and all that type of shit, but he goes more of a stealthy, darker route. More like I said, more like Batman.
Right.
And then another character that I was thinking of is have someone who basically fill a void of where Thor is no longer fill a void that Thor is no longer filling. Where we have a young woman, she is the descendant of Leonidas.
Ooh, I like that.
And this isn't set in our modern times. And eventually she is given Leonidas' spear, and she's able to transform into a demigod hero known as Sparta.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Where she's going to be like the daughter, the half-human daughter of Zeus. Or possibly no Zeus, because I like the whole lightning part, so we'll stick with that. So, and as her normal mortal form, she is skinny, weak, not very confident in herself. But then as Sparta, she's like jumps up to like fucking 6'3", 6'4" in height. Obviously it's going to have a larger build on her, but she's going to be more confident and act more godlike.
Right.
Like with her mannerisms and her whenever she's taken on enemies and stuff like that. So, like I said, I kind of have like ADHD when it comes to writing. I started coming up with more crazy ideas.
Yeah, but that's good. It gets you more stories. More ideas, and you branch out and more content. So, yeah, it's good to do stuff like that.
But eventually, I've already talking to Ari about this. I'm going to have him draw me up the Cobalt Knight or whatever the hell I'm going to name him, and just have the design laid out for him.
Yeah, I know there's the book called, which I have, Cobalt. So I don't know if Cobalt Knight. I don't know if people might get confused.
Yeah. What's another Azure Knight? No. I think that's a copyrighted name.
Azure Knight, really?
Or am I thinking of Azure Lane?
I have
What
no-
color is Azure? Azure is blue, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, I'm not a colorist, though. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay, all right, it's a blue color.
Yeah. Ultramarine Knight. Midnight Knight.
Looks like the name is taken.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing about names, man. Most of the good ones are taken.
Taken up by some anime shit. God damn it. Or video game. I have no clue.
I don't know now. I don't know though if since it's a video game, you can do it in comic format. I don't know how much of it works because there's more than one movie. You know, there's there's movies out there that share the same titles. It's one with Bruce Willis.
It just has to be different.
Yeah, it just has to be
concept.
different. Yeah.
Okay.
Like obviously you can't do Spider-Man. I mean, because it's
Yeah.
just so well known, you'll be struck for sure. But something like an Azure Knight. I mean, you can even do Cobalt Knight. That's fine. I just didn't, I like that. It actually sounds better. But I just wanted you to be aware of the Cobalt. Cobalt itself existing. It's not Cobalt Knight, so you can do it.
Yeah, but then again, I don't want to get Cerulean Knight. No.
No. I like, dude, Cobalt Knight works. It works.
Yeah, but I don't want to get people confused.
I don't think they'll be confused. It'll be fine. I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's all. It's just playing devil's advocate. Just throwing it out there.
What are all Peacock Knight?
Peacock Knight.
Ooh, wait a minute. This actually. Aegean Knight? No.
No.
Indigo, Spruce, Denim. Denim Knight. That'd be so fucking stupid. My armor's made of jeans!
What's wrong with Indigo Knight? It's not bad.
Yeah, actually, Indigo Knight actually has a ring to it.
It does.
Let me double check that. Indigo Knight. It's on a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
That's fine.
Oh no, Mech Knight Indigo Eclipse. Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
you're
that.
good. Yeah.
All right, I'm good. Wait, what's this? Oh, Indigo Knight custom wood designs. Okay.
I'm digging into that. That's fine. Okay. Oh, I think it's good. I got a lot more to do in there.
Yeah, so, anybody familiar with the cartoon King Arthur and Knights of Justice?
No.
No, I've never heard of it.
All right, so basically, what this, in my line of thinking, now dubbed Indigo Knight, is like a reverse King Arthur Knights of Justice. So the cartoon, what it was King Arthur and his knights ended up getting trapped in a cave, like frozen. So Merlin ends up, a dumb cartoon, but it's still kind of cool at the same time, ends up having to search through history, past and future, to find people to be able to stand in for King Arthur and his Knights of Justice and give them Excalibur, and ends up getting a football team.
What?
Yeah.
It's like a football team.
My brain froze for a second there. I'm like, did you say football team?
Yeah, a U.S. football team.
Oh. Okay.
So, but they end up getting brought to Camelot, and through this time portal and whatnot, and they end up having to stand in, and it kind of helps that the the quarterback looks like King Arthur. Just that he has an American accent, so they're always like, why is your voice so different? But I kind of want to go off the design because the designs of their armor is more superhero like. It's not a realistic looking armor. So I was thinking about going off of something like that.
Yeah, you're so updating and modernizing it a little bit, making it more fitting for the time period. It makes sense. I like it. Oh man, I'm gonna have to be calling it a night here.
Yeah, I'm kind of tripping out myself. I don't know why. I'm just.
It's
I
been a
got
long.
myself off on a really bad schedule. I got up too early last couple of days.
I just don't get much sleep during the week.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, this will be the shortest CGI Cons episode.
Well,
right,
I got plenty of work done.
Before you go, let me go ahead and share this image real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Share screen, Chrome tab. It should be that one. So that's from the cartoon.
Okay.
I got to embiggen your embiggen. Yeah.
And that's obviously, King Arthur. What was cool about the cartoon too is that their weapons or their shields, like an actual dragon would come out of his shield.
Yeah.
So it's like visionaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and the sword emblem on his chest, that's where he's able to get Excalibur from.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And it was like that with all the other characters, like hammers and battering rams and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like chest plate of holding.
Nice.
Oh, man. I should know what was going on. I don't know. I think I'm getting sick because my voice doesn't sound right anyway.
I hope not, man. I hope not. Oh. Well, this was a good one. Like I said, I got quite a bit done.
Yeah.
So
I got some inking done of my homage to Cyberforce #1 with
make it bigger.
Casting characters.
Yeah. I might play some Guardians of the Galaxy once we're done here. That's actually a good game.
Here it's a good game. Ooh, look at this. Nice.
That is very nice.
Thank you.
And another cool thing I like about this Guardians of the Galaxy game is that instead of a bunch of like the 70s music that the movie had, this has more 80s rock.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Star-Lord named himself after an 80s heavy metal band called Star-Lord.
That's awesome.
And believe it or not, there's actually a full album of Star-Lord. And I have
cool.
I have it on Spotify. It actually sounds pretty fucking good.
That's pretty funny.
Nice.
But yeah, of course, it has all your staple 80s stuff, White Wedding, fucking Iron Maiden's Where Eagles Dare. What is it? Rick Astley.
Yeah.
Never gonna give you up.
Oh, yeah, Rickroll.
Yeah. But also I have some that I haven't heard in a long time, like the Warrior and what is it? Holding Out for a Hero.
Like, I need a hero. Holding
Yeah.
out for a hero to the more. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they even have a New Kids on the Block song on there too.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw that. I was like, "What song is this?" Started playing. I was like, "I remember that. I remember when me and my siblings at Universal Studios did a New Kids on the Block music video
Oh, boy.
that they used to do back in the day."
Oh,
Yep, that's the one.
yikes. All right. Well, I'm calling it.
Yep.
everybody check out everybody's campaigns. Get on the mailing list to everybody. Yos Assassin Volume 3 hardcovers coming out in June. Frog G's mailing list is out there. Neon Revenant's mailing list is out there. Get on that. And I am taking next week off because I'm moving. So CG Icon show will be back in 2 weeks.
Sweet.
So
I'm over here.
all right.
All right. Y'all catch me over on Twitter, KingLink86. Rock Hard Comics presents the Neon Revenant on Indiegogo. The pre-launch is up now. Go ahead and sign up for it. I got 41 people on there. I want more. Give me more.
Yeah, get him more.
Feed him more. More. I need to get on there, so I'm going to do that.
Pretty sure I'm signed up. Cool beans. Yep.
All right.
Have a good night.
Later, guys.
Thanks for
Yep.
having us.
Later.